Thank you. Is there an applicant presentation for this? Entertain any public comment at this time? Any questions from the commission on this?
I have one. I have one question for city staff. In the analysis, it was mentioned that the tow lot storage area has been an issue over the years regarding noncompliance. Can you elaborate more on what the noncompliance might have been related to?
The storage area, just the eastern portion, was approved with a conditional use permit. They have expanded that outside of what was approved, and they have not come into compliance with that. Their CUP is actually set to expire next year, so with all of those things happening, this plan would make what they're doing compliant and would supersede the conditional use permit approval.
Okay, good, thank you.
Other questions? I'd entertain a motion for this item.
I move that we approve the final development plan for Gardner Auto Body and Storage with stipulations 1 through 5.
Do I have a second? Motion made by Commissioner Lavella, seconded by Commissioner Gilmore. We'll take a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Next order of business, Nottingham Village, Z1401, PDP-1401. Before we commence on this, for the commission, is there anybody that has had any communications on this issue outside of the commission? And we have a staff presentation.
Mr. Hall is providing you with a page that shows revised conditions. The only condition that has been revised is number 1, and I'll talk about that at the end of my presentation. But I just wanted you to have the paper copy in your hand so that you can take a look at it instead of just trying to look at it on the screen. This map shows a generalized location for the subject property. It is directly west of Gardner Road and directly south of 188th Street. Currently, the property is a portion of a larger lot. It's zoned C3, and it was platted as a portion of a larger lot and zoned approximately 5 years ago, part of an overall approximately 30-acre development in the area. The property to the left is zone RP3, which is residential district. The one small portion of it is developed currently with apartment complex. A little bit to the southwest is zone A for agriculture. It's 80 acres cropland, and you can see the property to the north is actually part of the overall 30-acre development in zone B. I'm going to go over points regarding the rezoning first. I think the big issue as part of this rezoning is comprehensive plan conformance. This is the map that's taken out of your staff report. This is the development plan map out of the comprehensive plan. The outline in blue shows the general location of the subject property. On this excuse me, directly adjacent to the west. The 191st to 188th Street connection is important, knowing that in the future the connection from 191st Street to Gardner Road is likely to be either completely closed or disconnected and changed into a right-in, right-out. Knowing this, that connection is very important for the street connectivity of this area. The applicant has provided a conceptual layout per our request of how the subject property can be developed as proposed while maintaining the remainder of the site for future commercial uses, and also providing for that connectivity between 191st and 188th Street. This is kind of whited out here, but this is the concept that is included in your staff report. They've put the Nottingham Village proposal in there, and then shown how the rest of the property could be subdivided, and including a proposed street right-of-way alignment. Staff is comfortable moving the proposed street connection from further west as identified in the comprehensive plan closer to the east, as long as there's some sort of connection between the two streets still being made. The location, as far as whether it's on the west side of the property or more towards the middle, as long as we are following our standards for access management, we're comfortable with that. Key points of the rezoning. The proposed zoning and land use are similar to that which is directly to the west. The remainder of the commercial development can be developed with commercial uses if the property is, the subject property is removed. It's still viable as a commercial development. As part of this project, staff is recommending street dedication or an agreement to dedicate right-of-way for the 88th 191st Street connection, which will benefit the community as a whole. Onto the preliminary development plan. The preliminary development plan, it has details on certain things, conceptually on other things. Generally, you're going to see between the preliminary and final minimal changes. These are proposed elevations for the apartment buildings. Here is the site plan portion of it. Sorry, I've turned it on you. North is now to the left. Fits better on the page this way. We're looking at 3 separate apartment buildings, 72 units. Here is the clubhouse and the pool for common areas. There is a maintenance building on the southern portion of the property, and then 2 trash enclosures. And the elevations and details, well, no elevations on the maintenance building, but the elevations of the clubhouse and what the trash enclosures look like are provided in the plans from the applicant. The remainder of the property, there's parking shown, walkways and such. The project meets all the standards for density, setbacks, and parking as outlined in the code. Public water and sewer mains are proposed to be extended into the property, and easements are shown, or proposed to be dedicated at a later date. The landscaping, there is a page on landscaping. That's one of those things that offers less detail in the preliminary development plan.